Now they only are required to do English, and if you live in this country and don't speak English, get the hell out of here, or learn English. Don't expect me to learn Spanish just because that's what you speak. You came to this country, you learn English. All right? Are we fucking tracking? Is that what we're happening now? Is that what? Okay, good. Glad everybody's fucking on the same page, except for Ilhan Omar, because she's in the U.S. Congress to represent the Somalian citizens. Yeah. Okay, let's go back here, because she recently, and this is more recently, gave an interview
a lot of your House
on
colleagues,
CNN,
the Democrats,
and, she caught a lot of shit for it, because they... In the U.S. House, they had a resolution to condemn the death of Charlie Kirk, and there were 58 Democrats that decided to vote no on that. They decided not to condemn the death of a man that was trying to reach across the political aisle, of a man that inspired me to do this channel with his death. I'm embarrassed that I didn't do it prior to that, but I wasn't... There wasn't a fire lit under me, okay? I look at these people and I think someone else will handle it. Now, I don't care anymore. I want you guys to leave. 58 Democrats voted not to condemn the death of Charlie Kirk, and I would guarantee that she is one of them. Let's find out what she said on this interview with Kaitlin Clark from CNN. She caught a lot of shit for this, by the way, like a lot of shit for this.
That passed today. A lot of your House colleagues, the Democrats, voted yes on this. Why did you vote no?
Yeah, well, I condemn...
So look, somebody better pick up the phone, because I fucking called it. I knew she voted no on this.
Political violence, and I obviously condemn the assassination of Charlie Kirk.
But you couldn't vote to condemn it, could you? Coming on here and saying it, because it sounds bad if you come up here and say that you don't condemn it. Oh, man, I always pause it at the best times. Okay, yeah, good times. You obviously condemn it, but I couldn't vote for that.
I just not get myself to honor a legacy that I believe was...
Bitch, I swear to God, if you say that his legacy was racist or bigoted in any fucking way, knowing damn well that you are a member of the U.S. House of Representatives from the 5th District of Minnesota, representing not the U.S. constituency that you were elected by, but actually the people of Somalia, okay, a foreign country. You are in the U.S. House of Representatives representing a foreign country, which is a treasonous act that we could absolutely kill you for. Okay, treason comes with the death penalty, Ilhan Omar.
Filled with hate, bigotry, and rage baiting. And I think it's really important.
Obviously, I do not condone actually killing this woman, but I do think that she should be deported, in my opinion, via trebuchet. It's fast and efficient and cheap.
For us to have this honest conversation about what this man's legacy was, you know, what he spewed on his podcast, and...
Give me examples. Give me something that he spewed, because I could tell you that you directly said in the Somalian language that you want to go home. You want to raise your children in Somalia, a war-torn country that you fled when you were a teenager, to come to the United States because it offered you a better opportunity, and now, as a member of the U.S. House of Representatives, you are turning your back on the people that saved your life, you crazy, treasonous bitch! Oh my God!
The ways in which he disparaged women of color like myself.
He never did that, not once.
Your colleague, another Democrat, Jamie Raskin.
You are not going to push her on this, are you? This is a softball interview. This is a 15-minute softball interview, isn't it? Oh, my God.
Voted yes on this resolution. He basically said...
W. Jamie Raskin.
Even if he didn't agree with every phrase in it, that he viewed it as a moment for both parties to come together. Do you think he's wrong in that?
Well, the moment should exist, but what we have seen this week in regards to what my Republican colleagues have decided to do in their attacks targeting me and what the president has decided to do.
Well, I mean, when you come out and say that you are a member of the U.S. House of Representatives and you're representing people from a foreign country, and then come out and say that you're not going to condemn political violence in this country, yeah, it probably puts your previous statements under a lot more scrutiny. I mean, I would imagine, you know, God damn it, Jesus Christ.
do.
Does she ever get hot in this? Take this off. What are you doing? Also, nose ring. Nose ring. Dude, it's so true.
These are people who are calling basically for our assassination of us.
Not once have we done that, though. I mean, little censorship's not looking so bad right now.
Nancy Mace, as you just referenced, called me the enemy of the state.
You absolutely are an enemy of the state. You are supposed to protect the Constitution from all enemies, foreign and domestic, if you are a member of the United States military. And she is absolutely one of those domestic enemies that we were talking about. So maybe do something about that. ICE, get on it. Tom Homan, you know what to do, buddy.
And so these are not people who are interested in bringing us together. They're not interested in...
Except that's literally what he was talking about. He was going to colleges and talking to people that don't agree with him specifically.
Turning the volume down. They're not interested in finding common ground. And even the Republicans who voted out of their obligation to the Constitution and doing the right thing in making sure that I didn't get censured for words.
So upholding the Constitution is a good thing whenever your head's on the chopping block. But whenever it's not, it's fine to just say, fuck your constituents, and the U.S. government will do whatever Somalia tells them to. Maybe Biden would. Because, he was kind of just a cadaver.
I did not actually say.
You did. You did say that, though.
They are being under attack right now. They're being threatened. A call for their resignation is out there. And some of them are actually frightened for their lives from their own base. And
I wonder why the Republicans in the House and the Senate would be frightened for their lives when there are many people from Black Lives Matter, from the trans movement, from illegal immigration protests, from Antifa, recently designated a terrorist organization, fucking W. Trump, when there are many people going out and literally killing people for being religious and not Islamic, for being Republican, for being on the side of pro-life, okay? There are people attacking the right wing right now, today, 10 people got shot at a Mormon church. I don't agree with Mormonism. I think it's a little bit weird. But I don't think that they should die for what they believe.
So,
first of all, I don't think Islamists should die for what they believe either, okay? Those suicide bombers, those guys are radical Islamist terrorists, okay? She is also a radical Islamist terrorist. She's just, not strapping a bomb to herself. She's kind of walking out there and throwing up all over the Constitution every day and assuming that we'll just take it. And then getting mad when we don't.
When we say we want a country that's united, it starts with all of us and all of our actions.
She wants a country that's united under Islam.
And we're not seeing that on the other side of the aisle right now.
Yeah, and to be clear on Mace, she didn't...
It's almost... Oh, God, sorry. It's almost like we're done getting attacked. Weird.
Literally call for your assassination, but you're saying because of all of the comments, we just showed the dozens of tweets directed at you, that you're arguing instigating violence against you.
Right. What do you expect for people to do with me when you call me the enemy of the state? What do you do with people to...
Hopefully arrest and deport you. That would be what I want.
Do with me when you're the president of the United States and you say this person here in Congress is in our country to destroy the country.
I would imagine it's the same thing you do whenever you say that the president of the United States or anybody that believes him or trusts him or voted for him are radical white supremacist Nazis. And what do you do to a Nazi?
There is no clear way to incite violence against a sitting member of Congress unless you go after them in that kind of way. Nancy Mace also retweeted something Charlie Kirk said, which was that Islam was the sword that was going to slit the throat of Western civilization as a...
They directly state that they want to do that, by the way. They directly state that they want to get rid of Western civilization in its entirety. If they can't kill us, they will outbreed us. That is their plan, and that is directly what they say.
Visibly Muslim member of Congress, how am I supposed to feel safe when words like that are out there and there are deranged people who will take action to protect me from the United States? It's frightening.
I don't think you should be protected from the United States.
I want to be clear, all this started, and what Mace was trying to censure you over and get you removed from your committees, was because of comments that you had made in the aftermath of Charlie Kirk's murder. I want everyone to have a chance to listen to what you said.
Unfortunately, it is not. She has not used the comments that I made with Mahdi Hassan in that interview, which those were not the words that she quoted in the resolution. So we'd have to be clear about that.
Yeah, because in what she's accusing you of is smearing Charlie Kirk and said that you implied he was to blame for his own murder. That's what she said in the Censure. You're saying you didn't say that.
She's shaking. Oh my God, she's so nervous talking about this. She knows that she is on some slippery water here. Oh, she is walking a dangerous tightrope because she knows that that's exactly what she meant, but she can't say that.
I just want people to be able to listen to you themselves. Let's play those comments. Okay.
Charlie was someone who was willing to debate and downplay the death of George Floyd in the hands of Minneapolis police.
Which, for the record, she decided was okay to burn down cities over. Just saying.
I think he called him a scumbag.
Right, have no regard, downplay slavery and what Black people have gone through in this
Not downplaying it, just being realistic about it. Slavery was a human sin, not a white one.
Country, by saying Juneteenth should never exist. And
also, for the record, I don't think Juneteenth should exist either. We gave Black people like a whole month. I'm just throwing that out there. We named like a street in every single city after Martin Luther King, a guy that cheated on his wife and spoke out against Democrat oppression.
I think, you know, there are a lot of people who are out there talking about him just wanting to have a civil debate.
Complete rewriting of history.
It's not a complete rewriting of history. If you would watch any video that was ever posted about him or listen to anything he's ever said, just say it's not a complete rewriting of history, and the fact that you say that tells me that you are probably also a Muslim. Boy, man, these Democrats are making me like... Oh, man.
Yeah, there is nothing more effed up, you know, like...
there is nothing more effed up than misrepresenting a man immediately after he died. Yeah, you know, that's fair. I agree.
Than to completely pretend that, you know, his words and actions have not been recorded.
Like what? What did he say exactly?
and in existence for...
They are, which is why we know that you're a fucking idiot.
For the last decade or so. And you know, you have people like Nancy Mace who constantly harass, you know, people that she finds inferior and wants them not to exist in this country or ever. And, you know, you have people like Trump who has incited violence against people like me. And so, you know, these people are full of shit, and it's...
They are not full of shit at all.
Important for us to call them out while we...
Also, for the record, Charlie Kirk was politically assassinated, like, directly as a political statement for things that he was saying. Just throwing that out there. But also, when that happened, there were no cities that burned. No cop cars were smashed in. No riots were anywhere. There were prayers, there were vigils, and there was a memorial service that you guys called everyone Nazis for attending, despite there being absolutely no violence whatsoever immediately following his death by his supporters. There has been more violence by the left wing, though, because they shot up an ICE facility, which I think I'll actually talk about later in this, and they also, like I said, shot 10 people at a Mormon church for not being Muslim.
Still anger and sadness and have, you know, empathy.
The Democrats are literally pissed that we're trying to take away their slaves again. I said this on X. You should follow me on X. Do that. And also subscribe on YouTube. That'd be cool. That'd be awesome. You guys could actually hear my take after that.
Empathy, which Charlie said, no, it shouldn't exist because that's a newly created word or something. Like, I have empathy for his kids and his wife and what they're going through because I do not want that.
No one should go through that, and we hold ourselves, I hope, to higher standards.
Yeah, except the difference between you and us is that we think that their father and her husband should still be around in that capacity, and you're happy that they don't have to grow up under Charlie Kirk because for whatever reason you think he was a terrible guy, even though there's nothing anywhere that would support that.
When you listen back to that, do you stand by what you said there?
I hope.
I do believe it is important for us to hold a mirror. There are so...
And that is what I am doing. I am holding a mirror to you. Okay, I am doing this for you, Ilhan. Definitely subscribe.
So many people that are pretending the words that Charlie said don't exist. The way he made black women feel when he said we didn't have.
You mean like when he held like a whole black caucus, making it more accessible for black Americans to come to the White House, like directly only invited black people to show up and speak their mind? Yeah, like that? Like when he made a whole group of fucking black young Americans? Yeah? No, we don't remember that? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Brain processing power to thought processing power to.
Bitch, you need some thought processing power.
To get ourselves into college and to be.
Are you reading? Watch her eyes. Watch her eyes. I love it. I love it when the Democrats come in here because it sounds like they're reading. It looks to me like they're reading. You can see their eyes, right? I don't know if you guys know this, but whenever you read something, your eyes do not just travel smoothly across this, like across the screen or back and forth, right? They actually take small jumps as you look from one word to another. I'm just throwing. You can tell.
Taken seriously as professionals, or as a black person, if you were a pilot and he walked on that.
You see that? You see her eyes? She's blinking a lot to try and hide it, but you can see her fucking reading words off of a screen.
A plane, he'd be scared. These are actual words that this man has said, and I can't even begin. We will be here all day if I told you all of the things he has said about Muslims and.
We would not be here all day. It's just that you can't come up with anything, so you have to say something stupid like that.
And the immigrants and the.
Also, everything that he said, as far as I can tell, is factually accurate. Every single thing that Charlie Kirk has said, as far as I can tell, is factually accurate.
The trans community, he had hate for so many people, and he mocked the death of George Floyd. You know, this is not.
He never mocked it. He said it was a terrible thing. It's just that he didn't die from the officer sitting on him. And more important than that, he was not nearly important enough to burn down cities for, despite you guys deifying him. You gave him a golden casket. Are you fucking kidding me?
Not somebody I am going to sit back and say had a great legacy of bringing people together.
But you'll kneel for a drug-dealing person that overdosed. Yeah, that's fine.
Because he did the opposite, and it is important while we mourn his death and condemn his assassination and feel.
Except that you didn't condemn his assassination. You said in the beginning of this interview that you voted no to condemn his fucking assassination. Are you just going to downplay that? You're just going to try and skip past that? I'm not going to let you. I'm not going to let you gaslight your fucking constituents who probably shouldn't even be here into thinking that you are condemning this because you directly said that you weren't.
Empathy for his kids and wife. We are not here to whitewash what he did while he was alive.
And no one is saying that you have to whitewash what he did or that you have to defend what he said or the views that he held. But regardless of those views, do you believe the timing of saying that the day after that he was assassinated?
She's trying so hard. She's like, "Oh, come on. Just say that what you said was a little bit messed up. Maybe the timing was a little bad. Maybe you just kind of misspoke." She is trying so hard to redeem you, Ilhan, and you are not redeemable. See, I know that the Democrats are evil.
The comments there, do you regret the timing of those comments?
Do you think Charlie regretted mocking George Floyd's?
This is her oh my god. Oh my god. Dude, in the last sentence she said, obviously we condemn this, and now she's like, do you think he regrets mocking us now? You think he regrets it now that he's been fucking shot? Oh my god. Dude, fuck you, Ilhan. Fuck you.
Death as this
brother fucker here, which I'm gonna go over later.
7-year-old pled to the world on what happened to her child. I think saying what Charlie did and who he was has nothing to do with his.
Didn't say what he did. Don't just make baseless ass claims. Say, hey, he said this and we never liked that.
His assassination has nothing to do with the timing of his assassination. It is a matter of record.
I ask because
it is a matter of record, and you're going to be deported for it, and I love this, and I hope that they choose the trebuchet option. Listen, Ilhan, you don't know this, but I have personally, on Twitter, been reaching out to Tom Homan and trying to make my case for the trebuchet method, okay? It is cheap. It is efficient because we can put more than one person inside of a big basket and just, like, hurl it over the wall that's already there, right? And it doesn't have to be that expensive. We don't have to put that much into it. It's not really that costly, okay? We do have to put a little bit into it because wood's a little expensive right now and it has to be a certain size. But remember, we're going for distance, not accuracy.
The way former President Obama put it, he also said he thought that Charlie Kirk's ideas and views were wrong.
Yes.
But he said, and I'm quoting Obama now, we have to extend grace to people during their period of mourning and shock. Does he have a point?
Yeah, I extend grace to his wife and kids. I cannot imagine what they
You don't know what the word grace means, you dumb whore.
are going through. But the reality is that his wife said.
Like, we'll cover this later, but, like, first of all, she got into a religious marriage, divorced that guy, like, well, they didn't divorce, but they were, like, separated. She got into a religious marriage, separated from that guy, married her brother just to get him U.S. citizenship and into college, and then divorced her brother legally because she wasn't legally married to the first guy, divorced her brother legally, immediately remarried her first religious husband, that guy, because she was already pregnant with one of his fucking kids, despite being married to her brother at the time, and then divorced that guy because she was having an affair with her political financial manager, who is her current husband, I think.
By him as he said those things and did not tell him that these are human beings who you are calling garbage, who you are saying they don't have the brain power because they were born in a different skin color.
That's not at all what he was saying, and you know it. He was, oh my God.
Like, I do not understand how we are okay as a society.
I don't understand how you can be this fucking retarded.
Society with people who say that about our fellow Americans, a fellow human being, and regard them as a hero.
She is still reading. I just want to say that. She is still reading off of a prompter.
I'm sorry, I don't see it.
No one is saying that you have to agree with him. I don't think it's surprising that his wife agreed with him, obviously, or that they shared similar views. I just think that what people looked at it is, the day after his shocking death, that his views were being litigated in that way. No one's saying you have to lionize him.
But we were responding to the people who were lionizing him. I was not going to have a debate on Charlie. We were responding to the people.
No, the left doesn't debate. That's why she's not going to have a debate, okay? She's going to play it off as though she doesn't need to, but the reality is the left doesn't debate. That's what Charlie wanted to do. The problem is he was exposing the fact that whenever you put Democrat and the leftist political views on the chopping block and start debating it, it doesn't hold up. It never holds up in debate, okay? If you take one single step farther in terms of, like, looking into any of this shit, you realize how much all of the Democrat talking points are fucking bullshit.
Who wanted the debate on Charlie. I put out a tweet right when he was killed that political violence is wrong and that we should work everything within our power to end gun violence in this country. None of us were interested in litigating his life until his...
Except you were literally litigating his life. You said, this political assassination is absolutely abhorrent. We need to get rid of guns.
Supporters and our House Republican colleagues decided to say he was akin to Martin Luther King.
No, he's way better than Martin Luther King, actually. Martin Luther King spent his last night on this earth cheating on his wife and beating a woman. Charlie Kirk spent his last day on this earth doing exactly what he loved, talking about politics, and he wasn't moonlighting as a drunk or a womanizer. He was just a good guy. He was way better than Martin Luther King, although they did both get killed because of what they believe, which is absolutely not okay.
Who this man loathed. So you invited us in.
Charlie's right up there with Jesus, all right?
To that debate that you wanted to have, that you said Charlie was always interested in. And so you cannot get upset.
't She's saying that. He was absolutely always interested in that. What are we doing? He spent like more than a decade and hundreds of thousands of hours on video doing exactly that. Why are we pretending like he wasn't fucking debating as a profession? What is happening?
You can't be mad if people then hold that mirror and say, but here's really who he was. And we cannot forget.
Except you're not doing that. You're just saying that he was a bad person and not providing any evidence. You're saying that it's all on video. Except the things that are on video don't show that. You're just a dumb bitch.
One thing to ask us to condemn the violence, but it's another for you.
I'm sorry, guys. I agree with Trump. I don't know if you watched the memorial service, but I fucking agree with Trump. I hate these people. I don't forgive them. I'm not a Christian. I have no fucking reason to forgive them. I probably should, but I don't. I do not forgive them. I do not give them the benefit of the doubt. They know exactly what the fuck they were doing, and I hate it.
You to ask us to pretend Charlie wasn't who Charlie was.
He was a good guy. Fuck you.
I'm not sure anyone's asking that. I mean, maybe some people are.
That is what people are asking that. But that is what people are asking. People are asking and are getting fired for sharing Charlie's words.
Well, and some people were celebrating it. That was part of it. But
I haven't seen that. I've just seen people.
Bullshit. Bullshit. People are not getting fired for sharing Charlie's words. They are getting fired for demonizing the people that are upset that he's passed now. They are getting fired for being assholes. And last I checked, a private company can do whatever the fuck they want. Right, Ilhan? Right, Ilhan Omar? And also, it's not Trump that's reaching out to these people and saying that they should get fired. It's the individuals in the company that said, "Oh, you know what? We don't need people like you working here." And they don't have to. They don't have to employ you. And if you're an asshole, they don't have to work with you. I can't go into my office and yell at my boss and expect to keep my job. I can't go into my office and start bitching at my coworkers for having a different political opinion and expect to keep my job. That's how the world works, Ilhan.
Sharing his words.
There was a town hall that you had 6 days ago. You called Kirk a quote, hateful man, and you had reposted a video that I'm sure you've seen you've taken criticism for. It's a video that called him a reprehensible human being and said, Kirk was Dr. Frankenstein and his monster shot him through the neck. Why repost that video?
Because there were a lot of things.
Because she doesn't want to condemn his assassination at all. She just wants to pretend that she does.
In the video that I did agree with. Obviously, we share videos. We don't have to agree with every single word.
But we'll condemn Trump for doing it, won't we?
But I do believe he was a reprehensible, hateful man.
Oh,
like, that is so my view of the words that he has said about every single identity that I belong to. He didn't believe that we should have equal access to anything. He also just didn't even believe I could be smart enough. I could have thoughts that could be equal to a white man. Where are we missing this conversation about who this man was and the things that he said? How do you not find that reprehensible, Kaitlin?
Well, of course I don't.
Do you think I don't
subscribe
have
to that? But
do you think I don't have the brain processing power?
Dude, she's
like you or a white man?
Around. She's like, Kaitlin, you
well,
are
of course
fucking
not.
asking me way too many
I
questions.
think it's very clear here that
but
I'm
if
not
somebody
sharing
said
his
that,
views,
would
and I
you
don't
say that
justify
would be reprehensible views?
I think the argument that was being made.
No, but I'm asking
what
you.
we have heard.
What I'm asking you is, would you say that? But you're asking me, how could I find him reprehensible?
Cow to the mob.
Like, that is reprehensible. You said it is reprehensible yourself. That is vile, it's reprehensible, and it is hateful.
No, I'm not asking why you think he's reprehensible. I think you're obviously allowed to have your own views. That's why we have you on here so often, because we like to hear your views and what you think on something. I just think it was the video where it called him Dr. Frankenstein and said his monster shot him through the neck. I mean, obviously this is a person, and looking at this is someone who was a husband and a father, and in the days after his shocking death, that happened as a result of his views, or it happened as a result as he was sharing his views publicly with people, that people found it jarring to hear such criticism of that in the immediate aftermath of
what
death.
I find jarring is that there are so many people willing to excuse the most reprehensible things that he said, that they agree with that they're willing to have.
Like what?
Have monuments for him, that they want to create a day to honor him, and that they want to produce resolutions in the House of Congress honoring his life and legacy. it is one thing to care about his life because obviously so many people love.
You cared so much about a guy that overdosed on fentanyl. How come you can't care about Charlie Kirk? Is it just because he didn't have the same political views as you? So you do want people to be politically assassinated, but only as if they don't have the same views you do. Is that what we're saying? I mean, we know you already, you don't want to represent your constituents in Minnesota. You want to represent the interests of the Somalian people, right? Yeah.
Of him.
Not the Somalian people in America. No. Somalian foreign civilians, like foreign countries. She is representing Somalian interests from the U.S. Congress. She said this directly. You don't believe me? Restart this goddamn stream. She said it directly.
Including his children and wife. But I am not going to sit here and be judged for not wanting to honor any legacy this man has left behind. That
then gag yourself, because that's about what you're doing right now.
Should be in the dustbin of history, and we should hopefully move on and forget the hate that he spewed every single day.
Do you think your colleagues who voted, your Democratic colleagues who voted yes on that resolution, should not have voted yes? Is that your view?
A lot of people come to their own conclusions on why they vote. We heard from some people who said they loved the part about condemning gun violence, about condemning political violence. There's people who obviously voted for different reasons that they haven't shared. I'm not here to judge what people do and the votes that they take. We all have different relationships, but there is a clear reason that you see a huge portion of the Congressional Black Caucus take that vote, because we did find this man reprehensible in the way in which he talked.
We can't explain why, but he wore a MAGA hat, so obviously he's a white supremacist Nazi.
Talked about us and those of us who are of African descent.
He wasn't talking about Africans. He was specifically talking about you and Jasmine Crockett and like a bunch of other people that are just absolutely fucking retarded. Also, Jasmine Crockett lost her district a while ago whenever they did the redistricting in Texas. When does she get to leave? Like, when are we done with her?
Why do you think Nancy Mace is targeting you as much as she is?
It's an easy clickbait. There is a lot of hate in this country for...
Right now, there's a lot of hate for you from, like, this side of the computer screen. Like, you know how in Avengers, whenever the Hulk looks at Scarlet Witch and she's like, "Oh, what's the matter? You're not scared of me anymore?" I go, "Oh, no. See, I'm not angry anymore. I could choke the life out of you and never change a shade." That's about where I'm at with these dumb whores. Okay, that's about where I'm at.
Muslims, there's a lot of hate in this country for black
Understandable
people.
Understandable hate for Muslims. I'm just throwing that out there. They're literally killing people. Just, in the name of their God, they're killing people.
Especially black women. And there is a lot of hate, severe hate, for immigrants. And so I fit the mold. She knows that she can easily raise money and get support for her bigotry from her bigoted, the bigoted people who want to give money to her campaign. But the reality is, in this country, the First Amendment does not only protect speech, it protects the right and liberty for anybody to practice their faith.
So then what exactly is your problem with Charlie? Since he was murdered for both of those things.
Practice the Muslim faith.
And you should not be condemned for that, although I do think it is a bit of a reprehensible faith, just given its practical applications in society.
I am an immigrant. I am proud of both of those things.
But you do want to go back to your country, which you also said at the beginning of this stream. I'm just throwing that out there.
And I was, of course, born in Somalia, which the president likes to mention. And I'm also proud of my Somali heritage, and that is not something that they can take away from me. And I just want to say...
Not that we want to. In fact, we want you to go back. We think that Somalia is better now than it was when you left, and you should give it another shot. Protect Somalian interests from inside Somalia, like where it really matters,
thing that the president should understand is that you can't impeach a sitting member of Congress.
I am so glad that she said that. You can't impeach a sitting member of Congress. You can impeach a president for some bullshit, but you can't impeach a sitting member of Congress. You want to? You guys want to see something funny? These are the people that fucking vote for them. I don't take these people seriously. Look at this. This is fucking crazy. Look at this. What is this? Why? Why? I don't. Why? And he's got the tusks, nose ring. No. it's every time with the nose ring, man. It's what is it? He's got like the thorn with Jesus. Bro, Jesus doesn't want nothing to do with you. I promise. All right. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Here it is. Okay. I'm so glad she said that because she's right. You can't impeach a sitting member of U.S. Congress. Members of Congress cannot be impeached. The impeachment process, as outlined in the U.S. Constitution, applies specifically to the President of the United States and all civil officers of the United States. Constitutional provisions, though, check this out. Members of Congress who are not civil officers, instead of impeachment, members of Congress can be expelled by their respective chambers. This requires a 2/3 vote in either the House or the Senate. Okay, so if the people in her chamber in the House, so I would imagine just the fucking House of Representatives, if they got a 2/3 vote to expel her from the House of Representatives, they could do that. They could do that. I'm just saying. All right, this is really good. Okay, can the U.S. really strip Ilhan Omar of her citizenship, which I think is better? U.S. Representative Ilhan Omar recently spoke at a Minneapolis event discussing the fledgling Republic of Somalia's efforts to break from Greater Somalia. This is something that I showed you earlier on in the video, okay? Where she directly says she is in the U.S. House of Representatives to support the Somalian interests, okay? Somalian audience that she's telling the Somalian audience that she is Somali first, Muslim second. Okay, this is the part where they disputed it, and they were saying that she didn't actually say that she's Somalian first, and that that's all a lie and conspiracies and blah 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 blah. Right? Well, that's not why I'm upset with her, as you guys would have seen. So. Sleep in comfort, knowing that I am here to protect the interests of Somalia from inside the U.S. system. That is the part that I have a problem with. This part right here. Sleep in comfort, knowing I am here to protect the interests of Somalia from inside the U.S. system. Directly stating that she is here to support Somalian interests from inside the U.S. government. As far as I am concerned, that is a breach of her oath. As far as I am concerned, that is a treasonous act that is worthy of not only the death penalty, but deportation expeditiously. Tom Homan, take me up on my offer. I will give you a blueprint, okay? You don't even have to give me the credit for it. You can take credit for it. I just want to see these people trebuchet over the wall. That's what I want to see. Okay, the Immigration and National Act does allow foreign nationals to be stripped of their citizenship in certain very limited circumstances. Aliens who have committed certain acts, obtaining naturalization through fraud, yada, 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 may be tried before the federal court or strip them of their citizenship. This process is known as denaturalization. We could do that. We could denaturalize her as a citizen, and we could send her back to Somalia, where she statedly wants to go anyway. Blah, 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 blah. There is certainly a plausible argument that what Omar said violates the oath of allegiance she took when being naturalized. This pledge begins, I hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, I don't know what that is, state of sovereignty, or of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen. She is renouncing citizenship and saying that she no longer holds any allegiance to any foreign entity other than the United States. The oath concludes with a statement that the individual takes this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, meaning that she is not doing this intentionally to defraud the U.S. government. Although, as we saw earlier, she statedly is in fact doing that. You know what that means? That means we can denaturalize this woman, and it means that we can send her home. I think we should do it. I don't think she belongs here, and I honestly don't think that she ever should have been elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. The only reason that she was is because the majority of people in the 5th District of Minnesota are fucking illegal immigrants, specifically from Somalia. And because she's Somalian, and because she's an immigrant, and because she's a black woman, they decided to elect her. Don't know why, but I do know that, where's it at? The definition of psychopath is this. A psychopath is characterized by a profound lack of empathy, shallow emotions, superficial charm, a lack of remorse or conscience, and manipulative antisocial behavior. If I have not proven all of this to be relevant to Ilhan Omar so far in this video, then you guys have not been watching, or I just haven't been fucking doing well. Oh, Jesus Christ. Psychopaths often exploit others, disregard social norms, and may exhibit traits such as narcissism, impulsivity, pathological lying, Democrats, and a willingness to commit harmful or criminal acts without concern for the pain that they cause. Do I need to cover the amount of political attacks that we have had in this country in the last 2 fucking weeks? And they're going to claim it's from both sides. They're fucking wrong. It is not from both sides. It is from the left attacking the right. I can't imagine how people on the right side of the political aisle cannot be fearing for their lives right now. This is fucking crazy. Oh my god. Oh, she's sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho. At night she's screaming, I'm out of my mind.